Good morning.
Good morning.
We have Lorrie Salinas here. She is one of the individuals, an entrepreneur that I've been working with. And today we're having a conversation about universal mind and how it connects to creation, heart, and mind. Um, Lorrie, can you tell me a little about yourself? And you've been studying with us about what, 6 months, 7 months with I Am Mastermind?
8 months.
8 months.
I'm looking to start my own business.
Uh-huh.
The information here has really helped me to really gain more awareness of how to get there quicker. And when I have obstacles that are mental obstacles that are there, I've learned to use these principles and be able to get past those terror barriers, if anything, and just the confidence, the
Right.
awareness has gotten stronger. So
Right.
yeah, start hopefully the end of this year, my new business.
Mhm. What is the business that you want to start?
My own hair,
I know it. I just want everybody to hear that.
like an all-in-one, one-stop shop type salon where you
Mhm.
get the microblading, the lash extensions, hair
Mhm.
extension, um, Botox,
Mhm.
any beauty type,
Mhm.
I guess, procedure that's done in the beauty industry, that it's all in one
Right.
location instead of having to travel
Right.
areas in town to your.
Mhm. I can say, I've been working with you. What has really changed is when you understand the mind, and when you understand your subconscious mind and in general mind, you know that deciding what you want and getting what you want are two separate things. Because most of the people come in and they want to achieve things, but first what they think is, how am I going to get there? Most of the
Mhm,
people, what they pick, they don't pick the things that they really want. They pick what they can do. And
mhm,
when you understand this information, you recognize and realize, just like yourself, just like myself, I've been through this program as well, that deciding what you want and getting where you want to get are two different subjects. First, what we worked on is two questions you need to ask yourself, which you've been through this. One, am I able to do this, or am I willing to do this? These two questions. Am I able to do this? Um, when you go to put your consider it science and theology, both are saying that humans are having uh, unlimited potential. So the answer is yes, I'm able. And am I willing is, we have the power going through us through well and through focus. And we use perpetual transmutation of energy, and we think and we bring that energy into form through this law of universe that I just mentioned. When you start understanding these concepts, and this all happens through your mind, and we use these laws every day, you start seeing things differently, and your life has become easier, and your dreams are not too far anymore. A lot of
mhm.
people, as you're in our institute, and a lot of people, when they come in and ask, hey, why my dreams are so far away from me, because they don't believe that they can achieve. Can you tell me, what were you thinking before you start reading this information, and are you thinking right now? What's the difference
What I
when
used
you
to
started?
when I used to think, I always thought it was way harder to
Mhm.
achieve that
Mhm.
goal. That it was probably more for the more fortunate people that are more financially secure and have more money. And I'm
Mhm.
coming to that, no, I'm very capable of creating that for myself. And it's
Mhm.
just through creating a better awareness, a stronger connection with my conscious mind, and reprogramming myself to just follow through this
Mhm.
what I'm doing in class. So yeah.
Right. Basically, you realize that when you believe in yourself, the greatest secret of progress then lies in believing you. Right. That's the
Yes.
first thing. And another thing that I've seen with you is, well, which is common among people, which I had experienced that as well, is how, when we start thinking about how, when you start trying to achieve your goal, try to step into it, uh, achieving and start living your dream life, you start giving energy to how it can be done, where the money is going to come, where the time is going to come, where the assistance is going to come. And if you start thinking about these hows, it will either limit you or destroy your goal. So what I've seen you've done is, at the beginning, I've seen that you're thinking about the how and resources
Yeah.
and the time and assistant. Now you're not talking about those. You're just
Yeah.
thinking about how it can be done. Correct? Can you tell me a
Yes.
little about that? Your thought process?
I was always worried, but it's not that easy. How is it going to happen when I don't have the money to be able to do this, and to
Right.
really outside the box and uh, stop thinking in limitation. I was
Mhm.
always, and I've started now to think more limitless, and the sky's the limit. So it's
Yeah.
just as far as I'm going to stretch my mind and that
Mhm.
belief, to
Mhm.
have faith in the unseen that I know it's coming to me. So yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Isn't that amazing when you start recognizing you, and you start knowing more about you and the power that we have within you, how that gives you, you take the power back, and how you really grasp and control your life, and you're not victim of circumstances and situations and other things that just will distract you from um, start going toward your goals. Can you tell me a little about how this has helped you to build the mindset that you're very focused? I've seen that you're very focused, and you're very determined, and you're in very good spirit. When I see you, you're recently. I mean, when you started, you were a little bit not focused, but right now, when I see you're very focused, you're very determined, and you study and you're working on this information every day. Can you tell me what changed in your mind, and how did you get here basically after 8 months?
Um, I really had to really learn to change my perception of how I was seeing things, how I was
Mhm.
letting my outside circumstances affect me, and just
Mhm.
uh, anything that was not going to serve me in any way, or it's not, what purpose was it serving me? If I could completely disconnect from that, if it was anything that was stressing me out, just turn it for looking at it out of the positive. What good am I getting out of this? There's
Right.
always some good that I'm going to gain from it. So really just changing my perception, and
Mhm.
that self, everything around me has changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, to me, it's just to create that greater awareness, but
Mhm.
also um, a lot of it was belief.
Mhm.
Instead of sitting there letting the fear, doubt, and worry kick in, it's just really believing that it's very easy, and it's very I'm very capable, put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, you're saying that you understood that anything that you give, you start thinking about, you give it power, you give energy, and you
Yeah.
start consciously really thinking about the things that serves you. And if it doesn't serve you, you start changing that thoughts,
Yeah,
right?
and let go. Yeah.
Yeah, letting go. um as far as your what would you tell someone that they want to study and they want to work on themselves? What would you tell them? How do they start? What do you think?
Um, I guess for me, the what worked for me is just to create
Mhm.
more of a connection as to why was I getting the results that I was getting. And if I wasn't happy with the results, okay, what am I? I've learned that that is a complete reflection of myself, the
Mhm.
result I'm getting.
Mhm.
So there's never a time that you can say it's too late to rewrite what your story is going to be. And to me, it's
Mhm.
just reprogramming myself to see it different and just
Mhm.
raise awareness, to
Mhm.
really have belief in myself, my self-talk, change
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
not see it for, well, I don't know if I can do it, or just
Mhm.
worry all things that just really are not.
Yeah.
Um, they're obstacles that we create
Yeah.
for ourselves. thing.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Yeah,
just,
absolutely. What I see is a self-image. Basically, when we start working on our self-image, we start improving our self-image, our results start going to change. And
yeah,
our self-image is in our universal mind or our subconscious mind. So how self-image is how we see ourselves, right? How capable we see ourselves. And that usually comes from the past, from the experience that we had in the life and interaction that we had with other people. And we start building a perception of ourselves, how we are and who we are, and that determine our result. So when you start understanding that you're perfect, your spiritual DNA is perfect, and you start seeing yourself, you have this worthy image of yourself, you start changing, you start behaving differently. And when you start behaving differently, you start making better decisions, and those decisions are going to determine your results.
yeah, yeah. And for me, I've seen that. I've seen it, and
Mhm.
I saw it very quickly.
Yeah.
And when I first started to attend these classes,
Mhm.
it was, and it was, I
Mhm.
mean, just to realize how much control I actually had. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
um, it's just not taking control and being the center of what we're wanting to create. And
Right.
learn how to use these principles and become the center, set the GPS. It all starts, the laws of the universe, everything just attracts to that. So to
Mhm.
really stay in a positive vibration, have that heart mind coherence, and just really
Mhm.
connect to what your it's limitless what your
Right.
imagination can,
Right.
and to start from there and just
Mhm.
really those images very close to you.
Right. When we talk about vibration, if somebody first time watching this video, we're talking about emotion. We're talking about feelings. So our feelings determines our vibration. So when you feel good, when you feel we call it positive. Really, there's no positive or negative. We invented these words to describe our feeling. And when we have a positive feeling, it means our vibration is up, and we're feeling good. We're happy. We're positive. We're optimists, we're seeing a brighter future, and um, our emotion is really secondary cause. The first cause is our thinking and what we think about. That's why it's very important. That's what Lorrie is saying is it's very important to know what we're thinking about all the time, because our thinking determines our emotion, and our emotion determines our vibration. So when we talked about earlier that whatever it doesn't serve you, we're talking about thoughts. If that thoughts or thinking doesn't serve you, you need to let it go. Because if it's something that is negative, it will bring your vibration down, right? It will start giving you anxiety, start giving you depression, because you keep thinking about things that doesn't serve you. And we have it's amazing when you start consciously taking over the power of your mind and determine and really consciously think about bringing power back to yourself and thinking about things that does serve you, and life
Mhm.
is going to be much easier, much prettier, and you have much better experience in life. It just start thinking about things that will serve you.
Mhm. Well, and another thing that I've also changed is to eliminate distractions, get off my social
Mm-hmm,
media, and
mm-hmm,
really learn to just, on the downtime that I had, is to educate myself and just learn more about this information
mm-hmm.
that's just going to strengthen all of those
Right.
principles. So yeah,
Why are you learning, like why are you really focused on this information?
because it's easy information that I think
Uh-huh.
was never taught to us. We were never
Yeah.
taught our environment, our surroundings. It's part of what we were programmed, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot that is not what we're learning here. It's not taught in school.
Yeah.
So I see the changes that it's creating for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a better understanding of just really understanding the information and applying it to the best of my ability that I can, and
Right.
get
Mm-hmm.
out of it the most out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we all have that capability. It's just willing to be able to change and accepting the new information. Most of the people, this information I've seen, many people won't want to study it, won't want to learn it, and won't want to even see what it is because of a change. They're not open to change, and they're not open to change, and they're not willing to accept new information. They want to stay in their comfort zone, and they think that's what life is.
Well, and
If
they also, it takes commitment, and
Mhm,
sometimes people, it's hard, it takes too much time, it's too much work, it takes
mhm,
change. It does, and some people are going to resist that because they have to decide, make a
yeah.
definite decision to stay committed.
Right. And that commitment comes with a price, right? You see, when you see successful people, they didn't get there overnight. They paid the price. What I mean by they paid the price is they were committed to do the work, to
Yeah.
change, to learn more information. Two things that we really, on this information that we really discuss and open is one, you got to unlearn and relearn. Unlearn what you were taught, right? How you were conditioned in society and environment and whatever you're born, unlearn that information, not all of it, the one that doesn't serve you, and relearn with the new information and knowing how mind works and the relationship between mind and universal intelligence. When you
Mm.
start understanding the laws, your life is start going to change tremendously and start seeing different things. Not that conditions and things change, but you change, and your environment is a reflection of what's in your mind. So we'll discuss this more, Lorrie. I just want to get in and get this started. I want to next week or week after that, when we have the next call, I want to start talking about mind and building image of the mind, because most of people have misconception of what mind is, and they misunderstood what is mind. Most of the people think mind is the brain, and mind is not the brain. I think if, as a human, since we see things in images, if we can draw the mind and explain more about the mind, how it works, and how our mind, the way of thinking, determines our results, I think that's going to help everyone to understand this information better. What do you think?
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Good. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. And anything that you want to add to our conversation?
No, nothing I can think of.
Awesome. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you soon. All right.
Bye.